Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nemeka Onyeka Aberi. I was discussing with somebody, and this is something I want to share public, on the economic benefits of the planned $15 billion 700-kilometer coastal rail project and the alternative use of such funds. The 15 billion that will have given us 2,000 kilometers of multiple lane, double lane rail route and rail network that crisscrosses from Port Harcourt to Lagos, from Lagos to Kano. Let me tell us this. You see, the major problem I have with us in Nigeria is that the mass of the populace who are actually at the receiving end of the socio-economic brunt in Nigeria, actually the ones who defend the political elites the most when this issue of building up infrastructure, putting in place policies and programs that benefits those at the lowest level in the socio-economic pyramid. Now, let us break this number down. The 700-kilometer coastal route that will be towed is actually an elitist project that benefits only the very few wealthy. And I say this with every sense of responsibility. Most of those who go to social media to go and rant, to go and fight, to go and defend the political elites are actually those that we fight every day to liberate from their destitute states. For a fact, in Nigeria today, there are around 11 million registered cars. Out of those 11 million registered cars, at least even half of them may actually have been phased out. Because we don't have good record keeping. Most of those 11 million cars will have been phased out. Some of them will have been dead and buried, and then turned to pieces, and then it's still in our record. And out of these 11 million cars, I can bet you these 11 million cars may be owned by less than 3 million Nigerians. Some are own 50, some own 20, some own 10, some own 5. I know many people I know who doesn't even remember the number of cars that they have. Friends. So why am I saying this? The elites will benefit. They will enjoy free ride. Of course, if they tow it and the tow is 500 naira one way, how many Nigerians can afford to pay? In fact, how many of them even have cash? Talk less of even those who go to rant every day, who go to defend the politicalists. And I say it with every sense of responsibility. Rather than spending $15 billion to do 700-kilometer coastal road, we will have deployed the same money to do 2,000 kilometer standard gauge rail network and route that will move from Port Harcourt through Aba, through Umuahia, through Okigwe, through Enugu, through Oka, through Onitsha, for circle back to Owerri, to Asaba, to, of course, from Enugu, you can do a sport to Abakaleke, then to Asaba, to Benin, to Ore, to Ijebu-Ode, to Shagamu, go straight to Lagos Port, then from Lagos Port again. Of course, we link it to the one going to Ibadan. From Ibadan, we have Lagos to Ibadan, 156 kilometers. From Ibadan all the way to Kano, where you have the dry port. It's less than 2,000 kilometers. So the sports that will go from Abuja to other places in the northeast, if you aggregate it all, it will give you 2,000 kilometers of standard gauge rail project, rail route. And the government is not even going to bring the 15 billion. It can be done under what I classify as Mission Community Development Private Public Partnership Limited. We can actually bring a private sectorial operator. Just look at the one NRC is managing. We are still bringing money from the federal government to subsidize them. But under this arrangement, we can get a Deutsche Bank group or some of the Turkish group or Chinese rail operators. The Deutsche Bank group is the biggest, German company is the biggest rail operator, private rail operator. They have over 204,000 people working with them. So we've been engaging some of these guys, and we've been talking with them on the opportunities here in Nigeria. Let me tell you, under this arrangement, all the states through which these things crisscross, and any other state that want to participate will just own 1% of the SPV. Federal government, if they want to own, good and fine. Then the rail operator will own 20%. The remaining shares will be sold to Nigerians, both at home and diaspora. I will invest heavily on such arrangement, and then we will list it on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange under a DBOT arrangement of 45 years. And do you know the beautiful thing here? This project can be completed in 5 years. The funding will be available, the technical partnership will be available, the structure will be available, and it will benefit the poor all over the world. Go and check. The cost of passenger per kilometer and the cost of cargo tonnage per kilometer using the rail is cheaper than using the road. You know, this is a thinking people, a thinking nation. This is the kind of thing. And I can tell you, if today we decide to do 5 to 6,000 kilometer rail network across Nigeria under the private-public partnership arrangement, we can easily attract technical partners, the funding, the technology, everything, and we will do it. And we don't even need to put money, take money from the federation account. But of course, you know, when we talk like this, some of them will prefer solutions. But you know, there's something that I've come to understand about Nigeria. The average Nigerian politician will never do any project that will not involve him over invoicing the contract by 300% so that he can move the money to the contractor and then through the corrupt labyrinth of the banking system to buy houses in either Cayman Island, in the UK, in Dubai, in the US, or to do other things, or to even turn it to dollar, pack it in boxes and keep under their bedroom. So it's so painful. Nigeria, see, we have a global infrastructure development master plan that stated clearly that we can actually, that for us to even move this country from the current shithole jungle status, let us nobody deceiving, it's a shithole jungle in the right sense of it. There's no need pretending. A country that have 197 million people who do not earn up to 110,000 naira a month, $64 income, which is the poverty threshold according to the World Bank record, is a real shithole jungle. A country where, according to MBS record, where 2.2 million people are kidnapped annually, where 2.2 trillion naira paid as ransom, where 600,000 people were murdered through all manner of criminality. It's a shithole jungle. A country where ISWAP, Boko Haram, the criminals in the southeast, the unknown gunmen, the local Wara group are all kidnappers, are all running roughshod. Fuller terrorist men are killing and murdering communities and nothing is happening. It's a shithole jungle. But can we escape from this shithole jungle status to become a paradise here on earth? Yes. And for us to do it, there is a global infrastructure development master plan across all the sectors, including security, that entails that we must invest at least $100 billion non-physical capital investment in Nigeria annually over the next 30 years. $3 trillion. You can't get $3 trillion selling crude oil, the one that they still have for 50 people before bringing it to the federation account. So we must be very intentional. You know, somebody asked me, "Oh, doctor, you're so versatile, you're so knowledgeable. Why not become governor? Why not become?" I don't need to be governor for these things to be done. I don't need to be president. All we just need to do is to appeal to those in power. We'll bring technical support. But for the truth that based on the current electoral system, people like Doctor can become governor and president. Let us not deceive ourselves. Because I'm not going to carry ballot boxes. I'm not going to pay anybody to doctor results for me. I'm not going to leak. I'm not going to bribe any judge to render judgment in my favor if somebody steals my vote. So why do I want to play in a field where the referee is already against me, where the system, the corruption in the whole system, where even some of you will collect 1,000 naira at the polling booths and vote for my dumb opponent who does not have any creative solutions to your problem. So the only way people like Dr. Akinwumi Adesina, Okonjo-Iweala, Dora Akunyele, Kingsley Moghalu can actually come in to become part of the system, just like Emma Bara, Abafemi Awolowo, them we are able to do what they achieved. Is when we have a system that allows the smartest, the most compassionate, the most creative, the most patriotic of us to be at the helms of affairs of leadership. Michael Obara, in 7 years, built 214 kilometer agro-industrial belt in the Old Eastern region, built the fastest growing economy in the whole of the Commonwealth, had the most secured region, had the most efficient police force, regional police force, that even other African countries were coming to hire to go and make peace in their countries. So, and we had a physical and constitutional framework that allowed these things to happen. The current people that we have in the political space are not after electoral reform. They are not after securing the lives of Nigerians and properties. They are now after building infrastructure, legacy infrastructure that will add value to the people. All they want is anything that will enable them to steal, to loot, to binge, to siphon the monies out. And then they have mass of calocipolar idiots, ethno-religiously brainwashed, who egg them on, who clap for them. Let me tell us, what is happening in Nigeria? They reminded me what happened 2,000 years ago, when before Pontius Pilate, Jesus was on the one side, Barabbas, the condemned rapist and criminal and bandit, was on one side. And Pilate knew that Jesus was honest and righteous and didn't commit any offense. But Pilate didn't want the sin of killing Jesus to be on his conscience. So he now passed it to the people. Throw it open to vote. Who do you want us to release? If you vote for Jesus, we'll release Jesus. If you vote for Barnabas, the criminal elites, like we have many criminal elites, 85% of Nigerian elites, those within the bracket of the 1-2% of those who are socio-economically above the poverty level, are all criminals. Let me tell you, no missing word. Just like the criminals in the time of Jesus, they were able to convince the stupid mob, the callous stupid mob, and they say, kill Jesus, destroy Jesus. And so Jesus was destroyed, was hung on the cross, so that they will release a criminal. So it's the same thing in Nigeria today. You say whatever you want to say, do whatever. On the day of election, the same mob who have been crying about poverty will ask for Jesus to be crucified, so that they can have their Barabbases as local government chairmen, as governors, as members of the state assembly, as senators and the rep members, and as president. And that is what is happening today. And then that is what we are seeing. So you will see youth corpers who just left school, who know there is no job in place, rather than elect those or stop doctoring of daughter at the polling booths. They will doctor to collect $100, and then they will stay unemployed for the remaining 4 years. You will see criminal teachers and lecturers as electoral supervisors, ward supervisors, collation officers in local government areas. You see professors, VCs at the state level, returning officers collecting bribe to doctor results. Yet they will go back and they'll be collecting salaries that even janitors in the US will never touch. You see policemen and military men whose salaries, in fact, who are living in barracks like rats, whose salaries cannot even take them 2-3 days, helping politicians to come to doctor results and do everything. At the end of the day, the poverty, they become armed robbers with guns, extorting money from people against their conscience. You will see people who pledge to operate in the temple of justice, judges collecting bribe. You will see judges bribing to be posted to tribunals, so that they will collect bribe and pervert justice. And every Sunday will run to church. Not, of course, they can't run to church. Anybody who does good goes to church. They will run to shrines. Then they will run to mosques. They will go to different places on Friday and Sunday to go and deceive themselves. They think that God is mocked with their Iberiberism, with the just bandits. We will fix this land. I'm coming back again to talk about housing, how we can fix the housing deficit. My job is, when I become president and governor, I will share solutions on things we can do, things that are not even rocket science, things that are already done, have already been done in other places, that if we are sincere, we will do it. We'll keep on sharing it. Well, I'm coming to talk about housing, how we can fill in the 17 million housing deficit. My job is every day to do up to 7 or 8 video clips, profiling solutions, line by line, things that can be done. Those that want to do it, they can do it. How we can build up road networks in Nigeria under PPP framework. How we can build up other sectors. Our job, like Joseph's, like the Daniel, like the Shadrach, like the Meshach and Abednego, is to provide solutions. If there are out there Nebuchadnezzars who are smart and the Pharaohs who are smart, they will seek good counsel, will provide them wisdom, and they will succeed. But if they all want to continue becoming thieves and looters and criminals and killers and destiny kidnappers, and the people want them to continue, good and fine. Like Joshua will say to the Israelites, I'm tired of fighting, I'm tired of screaming, I'm tired of admonishing you guys. For me and my household, I've chosen to do what is right and serve God. If people want to go and serve the devil, continue serving the devil. That's your choice. God bless you. Have a great day.